I follow you on Patreon. I'm a supporter there, and so I get a lot of good short stories and pieces, and you'll even share some stories from the past. You'll let people see kind of how you used to write and that sort of thing. And of course, I have a lot of your books on my shelf and in my Kindle, and have been reading along. I get the sense that you're a much better writer now. You've been very good for a long time, but there's a different depth and a different. It feels like you're tapping more resources. Some of that may come from experience, and I do kind of want to walk through your career a little bit, but sort of looking at those years when you were sneaking stories and maybe couldn't tell the difference between a good and bad story, and sort of where you are now, where you have a good life, and you're in a supportive relationship, and things are fairly stable, especially compared to other points in your life. And as a reader, even though you may not be drawing from immediate darkness all the time, I see a range in your writing that seems broader. So from your perspective, from that point to now, do you see and feel a difference in the sort of work that you're putting out?
I think, and by the way, thank you for all that.
Oh, you're welcome.
That means a lot coming from you. I think part of it is not telling the same story again. Part of it is really knowing my voice now as a writer, and really understanding kind of the breakdown of characters, and inserting them into a plot, because I think without characters you don't have anything.
Right.
And even if you have a great plot, if those characters are flat, then no one's gonna be invested. So it always starts with those characters. And I think for me, it's not my I've come to the understanding that I'm a pulp fiction writer. I just want to tell a good story. I just want you to pick up a 50,000 word book and read it in 2 days. I'm not going for big words. I'm going for great quirky characters, dialogue, action, and hopefully there's a twist or two in there that makes you keep coming back. And so that to me is really important, and it's something that it's taken me a long time to realize that I'm never going to write like Dean Koontz. I'm never going to write like Robert E. Howard or Elmore Leonard or any of these, big writers. Like I'll read a book. For instance, I read the Stephen Graham Jones, The Only Good Indians, and
Right.
I am never going to write like that.
Right.
But it's brilliant. It's just a phenomenal book. And for me at this point, which is what I would have done 20 years ago, oh my, I have to write my version of this. I have to keep up with the Joneses here. Pun intended there.
Yeah.
I'm never going to do that. I'm never going to write like him. I'm never going to write with a lot of these authors. But I can appreciate them. And there's I think as a younger author, you're intimidated by somebody like that. If I had read that book in my early 20s, I probably would have said, I don't want to write anymore because I'm never going to be this good. And now I just go, you know what? That's a great book, and I will suggest it to everyone. But on the other hand, I'm not competing with that. I'm competing with myself to get better.
Yeah. Now, speaking for myself, I do still kind of get that feeling when I read a book that's like better than any I'm ever going to write, kind of thing. And I'm reading pretty broadly, so I tend to run into that a lot. And so I'll still get that moment where I'm like, oh, like the fact that I know this book exists kind of hurts my feelings a little bit.